Hey, so I'm sure we've all seen that one V-Shred ad. Vince, sitting back, plate full of burgers, telling you, you know what, guys? You don't need to eat less in order to lose weight. Now, from a caloric standpoint, that is complete bullshit. But from a food perspective, he might actually be onto something. Now, in no way am I agreeing with Vince, because that guy's a complete dumbass, and I am not going to try to sell you a product at the end of this video, or any sort of magical fat loss way. In fact, I highly recommend that you go check out my last video on calories and how calories work, which will appear on screen right about here. So, now that we all know what a calorie is and how a calorie works, we can get into this. How to lose weight. It's just simple thermodynamics. Calories in, calories out. If you're in a calorie deficit, you're gonna lose weight. It's as simple as that. However, if you want to keep that weight off permanently, you can't just crash diet for a month, be in a massive caloric deficit, and then expect to keep that weight off. It's gonna bounce right back up. So today I'm going to teach you guys how to keep that weight down and keep it down permanently so that you can stay lean all year long. Now, the first tip I have in doing this is making your diet sustainable. So what does sustainable mean? Well, basically, just that you're not hungry when you're dieting. Alright, so now that we know what we're getting into, how do you actually go about maintaining a sustainable diet whilst losing weight? Well, what I'm going to recommend is that you go in a caloric deficit of either 300 to 500 calories, depending on what your goals are. Of course, you can go over this, but that's at the risk of losing muscle. Muscle is more metabolically active than fat tissue, so it's actually going to raise your metabolism and help you lose weight. So we want to lose as little of that as possible in the process. So as much weight as you can milk off of the smallest caloric deficit as possible, that's where you want to be. So I suggest starting at 300 calories deficit, and if that's not working, then you can go up 400 calories. If that's still not working, go up 500 calories. Now remember, guys, this is for the long run. So this is all about sustainability. I mean a diet that you can eat over and over again for months on end. Now, with a diet, it doesn't exactly mean that you're on any specific plan. I actually hate the word diet because diet sort of implies that you're eating something specific, probably something that you don't like. And if you don't like it, chances are you're not going to stick to it. And what I want to say to that is, in fact, when I'm bulking and when I'm cutting, I eat the exact same foods. Like right now, I'm in my bulking phase personally, and I'm eating 3,000 calories per day. Now back when I was eating 1,500 calories per day, I ate the exact same food. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad food. I enjoy the food I eat. But it's just a sustainable diet. Because I enjoy it and I've just changed my portion size. So one of my favorite examples of this is eggs. Because every morning, or most mornings, I love to wake up and I love scrambled eggs. I just love them. They're one of my favorite foods. So I will go ahead and make scrambled eggs, and I usually have 2 slices of bread with my scrambled eggs. Now, when I'm on a bulk, I'll have those 2 slices of bread. Maybe I'll even make it 3 slices of bread, 4 slices of bread. And each slice of bread that I have has approximately 100 calories in it. Now, that'll depending on what bread that you purchase, but the bread that I buy has 100 calories per slice, just roughly. So if I'm going on a cut, then I'll just eliminate the bread. I won't eliminate the meal because I still want you guys to have all of your meals in the day, and this is just about taking away a little bit at a time. So say you go to McDonald's, it's just about making smart choices. Instead of ordering a large meal, get a medium meal. And then instead of getting, I don't know, Coke, go for Diet Coke, because that'll have less calories. And that'll put you in a caloric deficit if that's part of your regular diet, which it probably shouldn't be, but I know some people are unhealthy and they do eat a lot more McDonald's than they probably should. I don't recommend McDonald's as a lost weight food, but technically, really, it's all about calories in, calories out. So if I wanted to, and I might, actually no I won't, because that would be very unhealthy, and all of my oh my god, I'd be in a complete mess. Just my heart, everything inside of me would just be dying, because I was just making a video where I just cut on McDonald's and just eat McDonald's burgers, etc. for an entire month to prove that I can lose weight by eating less calories, but it's still junk food. But no, that's not gonna happen. So this is what I'm talking about. All you have to do is just every single meal you eat, you just take out a little portion of it. And then just by taking out my 2 pieces of bread from my breakfast, I'm already in that 200 calorie deficit. And we're approaching that 300 calorie mark that I talked about before. So if you do this with every meal, it'll slowly add up. So that's just my breakfast. I eat maybe like 4 or 5 times a day. So really, you don't even have to take 200 calories out of one meal. I could easily take away half a slice of bread. And if you're really a hungry person and that's not satiating to you, then rice cakes. Rice cakes are a great alternative to things like bread, because, well, I have these little rice cakes that I like. They're 30 calories, so instead of having 2 slices of bread, I could have 4 rice cakes, and that would still put me in a caloric deficit. Now, if I made smart decisions like that with all of my meals, slowly but slowly over my 5 meals, that would add up, and then I'd be in a caloric deficit. And you don't have to punish yourself while you're dieting. You can still have your soft drinks, you can still have your nights out where you want to have fun. You just have to make up for it later. So, say the soft drink example. You don't even have to make up for that, because there are so many diet soft drinks out there right now. Like, one of my favorites is Diet Root Beer or Diet Dr. Pepper, which is 0 calories. Obviously, it's not actually 0 calories. It's made in the US, and they have some strange law where if it's under 5 calories, then, you know, they can just count it as 0 for whatever reason. I don't know why. But regardless of that, 5 calories is nothing. So I can treat myself to a little Dr. Pepper even though it's unhealthy from time to time. And so can you within this diet. And now, on the weekends, I know weekends can be especially hard while dieting, while you're going out with friends and they're eating all their fast food, all their burgers, etc. Or if you go into a buffet or you have a party planned or something. So, as I discussed in my last video about calories, it's about the long run. And that's what I mean by sustainability. Is it a diet that you can sustain over a long time? Now, that doesn't mean you have to stick to it constantly. It just means that you have to make up for it. Because calories are really more important on a monthly basis, or even a yearly basis, if you're willing to go that far with this diet. So, say you go out and you overindulge by 1,000 calories. You have a few drinks or something. You overeat. Just anything you want. Well, over the next 5 days, what you're going to do is you're going to put yourself in a 200 caloric deficit on top of the deficit you're already on. And then you'll have made up for that 1,000 calories that you ate on your cheat day. And you can do this basically every week if you want to, or every other week, and just treat yourself every now and again. This is a diet. This isn't starvation. You're just trying to lose weight like every other person out there. So, This is basically just how you make your diet sustainable. Eat the foods you enjoy, just eat less of them. And eat meats or something protein in particular, because I enjoy high protein diets, and that's why I recommend a 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, not only because it'll help you retain muscle through your cutting phase or through your dieting phase, but just because protein containing foods are more satiating in general, which means that you're not going to feel as hungry after eating protein. So for example, have you ever heard of someone overindulging on steak or chicken breast? Just like, oh, I had too much chicken breast. I couldn't stop eating that chicken breast. Like, oh, I just binge ate all the chicken breasts I had in my fridge last night. No! It's like, I went to my fridge and I got a bag of chips and I overate and I ate a whole packet of Doritos. It's carbohydrates that you overindulge on because it's sugar and it just makes you more hungry and it doesn't have that satiating effect. So replacing your diet with more protein and just more satiating foods in general, lower calorie, more satiating foods, and you're going to feel less hungry and you're going to feel better by the end of it. Now, another tip I have for this is also drinking more water. I personally have a little bit of a sparkling water addiction, and by a little bit, I mean a lot. I drink at least 3 to 4 liters of sparkling water a day. But what your body can do if you don't drink enough water is sometimes it can mix up hunger and water. And so while you're simply just dehydrated, your body will be telling you something's missing, maybe I need to eat. So before you eat, just go grab a glass of water and just chug it down. Make sure you're getting enough water so that your body's not confusing itself and it's not telling itself, oh, I need something to make my body sustainable, and that is in fact water when it's not food. So just ensure that you have enough water to, just eliminate that from the equation. And if you're hungry, filling your stomach up always makes you feel better. So just have some water, have some sparkling water, have flavored water, have tea with, there are so many things. Just drink a nice tea. Like, before I got into this dieting thing, I'd never touched tea. But now that I started dieting, I love tea. I just have some tea, I have a nice cup of tea. I'll get like a nice fruity flavor, it's still 0 calories, pop my stevia into it, make it even sweeter. If I'm craving something sweet, why not go with tea? Why do I have to indulge on some sort of chocolate bar like a Twix when I can just have a cup of tea? That's nice and sweet. So, up here you guys can see one of my other videos that has been recommended to you. Over here you'll see the sub button if I do the editing correctly. And thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you learned something from this video after I've edited it all together and made it all nice and fancy. So don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Ding the bell button because apparently that's important. You get notifications, and I will be coming up with more content like this in future, so stay tuned. If you want to bulk, if you want to lose weight, if you want to do anything, just leave a comment down there. I'm a small channel. Your comments mean a lot to me, guys, so if you have anything related to fitness or, oh, this isn't working in my diet, I can probably make a video breaking it down for you and explaining this is why it's not working, this is what you need to do. So, thank you again for watching, and that'll be all.